Sir. Oh, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
sir. Yeah. So, dear participant, good afternoon to each and all. And today, the last session of the today, we are going to start with Professor Nagendra Kumar. Professor Nagendra Kumar is a professor in the Faculty of Education, Department of Education, Banaras Hindu University. And Professor Nagendra Kumar is a belong to the education field. So today he is going to talk about the communication for the quality teaching, as he is a part of the education. So he is going to highlight the role of the communication for the quality teaching. So welcome you, sir, on behalf of the HRDC Mizoram University and behalf of our personal, me and Professor Bhartendu Singh, sir, coordinator and co-coordinator for this faculty induction program. We welcome on behalf of our participants also. And this is a faculty induction program, and total we have 54 registered participants in this FIP. So with this, sir, I welcome you and I handing over the session to you for your presentation, sir.
Thank you, Barmaji, and it's my pleasure that you have invited us for a nice gathering with interact to each other. This is a faculty induction program, and I hope ki all teachers are here who know everything about the communication, but only I will brush up what is the communication. And in this way, within 2 minutes, I will start our lecture. I am going to share our PPT.
क्या सर, कनेक्शन लॉस्ट हुआ क्या? भारतेंदु सर।
हाँ लगता तो है, कॉल करके कांटेक्ट कीजिए एक बार।
अच्छा।
तो शेयरिंग में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी उनको लगता है पहले।
Yeah, some network issue is there. He is trying to join by another device. Please bear with us. 1 or 2 minutes, he is joining.
So, dear friends, he's trying to join again. Please be with us. In a couple of minutes, he will be joining.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, sir. Now you are visible, sir. You connected. Please start, sir.
Okay. Today, network problem is major problem at here. I am orally presenting. If you have content, then you can share. Otherwise, I am telling that, and I will share after this lecture. Okay. Because that is a major problem, network issue. So I am verbally going to present, and already I am trying to with other systems with name of Murli. If you get that name, then you allow them. Okay. My
One,
topic is
one,
communication for
sir,
quality
1 minute.
teaching.
Sir, 1 minute. Soya? Who's Soya?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, one by name of Murli, no, one person is joining, you make it them, no, presenter.
Sir, what's his name?
Murli.
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 So
Yeah.
if you will see his name, then you allow them. My topic is communication for quality teaching. Yes. What is communication? First of all, we should know it. Close it. What is communication? Everyone know that the sharing of thoughts, ideas, feeling, informations, emotions through speech, signal, or we can say writing behaviors. These concepts, yeah, these process, yeah, this way is known as a communication. How communication, yes, looking at here also, can we see? I am seeing to share. Not press escape. Not possible. Okay. Meaning of communication, as we have discussed, that communication word derived from the Latin word communicare. It means to make common. What we know,
Sir,
we should share
sir,
to the
sir,
others.
Nagendra,
Yes, sir.
sir, your PPT is not opened. It is in the screen, it is showing, no, the file
Yes.
is showing, it is not open.
File is, yes, here that is not going to open. Therefore, I am requesting you that one our student is trying for that. If you see the name of Murli on your dashboard, then you allow them. I will see share.
Okay.
As we know, the communication generally involve three channels. One is speaking, listening. Other one is writing, reading. Second one is the visualizing, observing. When we communicate anyone, then majorly we use the channel speaking and listening. We speak, others listen. Others speak and we listen. Second channel is writing, reading. Somewhere something, some message in the classrooms and anywhere in the written modes, and others read that as books in front of us in the written mode, and we read that. This is the channel which we used, known as writing, reading. Third one is something is visualizing and we are observing. As we see the movies or pictures, there is movies going on, pictures is going on, and we are observing what that movie is communicating to us. Yes. Yeah.
Please
Why is
make
slide
it
so
enable,
button?
make it enable. That white, no, you click, yeah, enable, then it will move.
Okay.
Enable editing.
सर यहाँ से म्यूट कर दें
हाँ, म्यूट कर, ठीक है, वहां से बैठ जाए, स्किप करते रहना, ठीक है ना. Second, as we were talking about the channel, here we can see third slide. Model और आगे बढ़ते. हाँ, बस. Communication process. Here with this model we can see here is a message, and that sent by a person. Who sent the message, that is known as sender, and who received the message, that is known as recipient, or we can say receiver. What we are sending to the others, that is known as message. That may be in the written mode, that may be in a verbal mode, or in pictures mode, or motions pictures mode. What is message? That is may be important, but how we are communicating, that is an important aspect. If others don't know our language, then how we can communicate with them? Therefore, that message we encode and send to the others in that languages that he or she know. Therefore, language are the ways by which we are communicating the message. It is important. Then we encode that message which we want to communicate to others, in which languages recipient or receivers are able to receive that message. When we encode and send them, he or she decode them, and he understand or not, he gives us feedback in the after the encoding, and we decode. So what are the major aspect that how we are communicating here? A medium or channel is a very essential. Therefore, priorly I have discussed. Next, as with this model, sender, encoding, message, decoding, receivers, channel, and channel of communication we are talking, speaking, listening. Majorly, we talk or communicate with the help of this channel. Anywhere someone speak and others listen. Others listen or others speak, we listen. This is known as speaking listening channel. Next one, writing reading. As we have previously told that any books in front of us, we read, or when we during the teaching, we use the blackboard in the classroom, we write and students reads, or also we can read. This is the way of communication, channel of communication. And third one is the visualizing and observing. Demonstration is a major aspect during the classroom. When we demonstrate something, we are visualizing and the students are observing. Our students are visualizing and we are observing. This is a major challenge. These are the major channel that one: speaking, listening, reading, writing, reading, and visualizing and observing. Now we can move. We can understand types of communication. Some types of communication are here. We generally know oral, written, but some other communications types are here. As first one is the verbal communication, which deals majorly two types, oral and written. Verbal communication means that use the words that involve the words in for the communication. As I am here and communicating with you all with the help of words. This is verbal, but here we are when speaking, this is the oral, and you are seeing the slide, that is the written. So at present time, we are in both mode, oral and written communication. Second one is the non-verbal communication. Yes, we all know some communication by which we use the signals, some pictures, and some other way in which words are, we can say languages are not involved. That is known as non-verbal communication. Next one, intrapersonal communication. Yes, sometimes we talk with self. That is known as intrapersonal communications. As majorly philosophers talk with self. When we realize what we have done whole day, or we are thinking about on any concept, that is, we are talking with personally, with self. That is known as interpersonal communication. During the it is very essential aspect to interact with self. How to communicate with self? This is a major aspect. If we really analyze what we are doing and informing to us that we are doing good or bad. This can be considered as a under the interpersonal communication. And this is essential for everyone, that we should realize what we are doing and inform to self. And next one, interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication as a communication when we talk with others. Mass communication. Yes, here one is a speaker and major persons are listeners. As we can say, as a teacher when talk with class, this is a type of mass communication, but it in the less amount of persons. But when a politicians address to the populations in a rally, that is known as majorly mass communication. Formal communication, when we communicate in a particular settings like classroom, like office, etc., that is known as formal communication. Next one, we can see non-formal communication. Yes, when we talk with friends, when we talk in our family, when we talk in market or anywhere, generally that is considered as informal communication. And non-formal communication is a communication where a system is not in way, but we are not in a casual manner. We are in proficient or effective manners, and we are taking the all precautions. That is known as non-formal communication. Boundary is not there, but we are very conscious what words we are using, as sometimes guests are in our houses, then we how we are dealing our children's, our family members. These can be considered as non-formal communications. One-way communication, when in the autocratic setup we talk in the classroom, that is known as one-way communication. Two-way communication, when we involve the students, then this is known as two-way communication. Multi-way communications, when various persons are involving in a communications, we can multi-way communications. And also at present we are speaking, we are showing any videos, we are showing the slides. This is also considered under the multi-way communication. Downward communication, when officers gives the order to their subordinate, that is known as downward communication. Upward communication, when our subordinate talk with their officers, that is are addressing something, that is upward communication. Horizontal communications, as we teachers talking with each other, that is horizontal communication, because each level is likely equal. Or yes, administrative officers are talking with each other, that is horizontal, like this. Now, what is the major aspect during the communications? Why communication not becomes effective? How we can make the effective communications? These are the essential aspect, and we can make our communication effective. Then we should remove the barriers by which we are not, as in these lectures, in a starting phase, internet was a major problem, or technological barriers. That was a major aspect, because due to that we have started this lecture a few minutes late. So this was a barrier. Why barrier should remove, and we communication can be in effective mode? So then how we can make our communication effective? What are barriers involving there? We should be focused on that. Some, as I don't know ki here everyone are able to listen the concept in English language efficiently, and if he is or feels easy to understand the concept, but at this forum I am unable to talk in as I know the language Hindi, but I am not using that language because this FDP is national level and each corner persons are associated with us. Therefore, this is a barrier, maybe barrier for anyone. That is known as language barrier. Like this, when teachers taught in the classroom or teach in the classroom, what languages students know and in which language students feel comfort, that should be adapted by the teachers. By that, their communication will be effective. If you are talking for the communication, it means what we want to share with others, they be able to understand them. Therefore, language is a major aspect that must play a major role during the communication. Therefore, we should overcome the language barriers. If we can overcome on this, then our communication will be effective. Second one, listening and seeing barriers. Yes, somewhere some are not capable to listen, some are not capable to see. This may be a barriers. What we are communicating and they are not capable to listen. What we are visualizing, they are not capable to observe. This may be as deep and dumb, and we can say visually impaired persons. So in front of them, how we are communicating, we should be conscious what is their requirement, how they can grasp the content. According to that, we should communicate. Next one is geographical distance. Yes, when we are sitting in a class, if our voice is slow, then we cannot communicate to the last bench. As well as if we are in a online mode and our distance is measure affect the communication, then network issues are as we can say rural areas, technological barriers are there also, that can be considered under the geographical distance. Hidden agenda, something we are communicating and in between some other aspect are associated with us. We are talking about the values and we are discriminating with class students by on the behalf of some reason, religions, castes. These are the aspects that can affect the communications. This should be avoided during the communications because this is a major aspect. Students don't raise their hands, but they feel that teachers how behaving because they are by naming and by addressing. These are few aspects that by unknowingly affect the communication. Psychological barriers, as hidden agenda, we can consider something else like prayers in the schools. Which schools are going with which prayers? What are their motives? We are communicating something that are not the for the, as we can say, democratic setup where universal brotherhood feelings and others are affected. Psychological barriers. Yes, what we are communicating, at which level, what is their levels, and what content we are communicating. At lower level, if you are communicating the complex content, it students will not be able to understand them easily, or we can say visualize at their level. Therefore, psychological barriers, what is their demand, what we are communicating, how we are communicating with the behavioral experiences or behavioral examples. Any abstract concept we cannot communicate at every level, because lower level concretization is major aspect. When we are communicating abstract concept, then we should associate with the concrete, we can say objects, concrete objects, that then they can realize them or associate them. Next one, individual differences are the major barriers. Yes, as previously I have discussed, that diversity in the classroom is a major challenge, but it is the natural phenomenon. No one is same like the others. Therefore, differences are there. How we are going to communicate the content, and that communication may be effective for the each level or each unique each person, for the each person. This should be considered during the communication. What is our class? हमारी क्लास क्या है? जो कक्षा के बच्चे हैं, जो कक्षा में बैठे हुए बच्चे हैं, वो किस लेवल के हैं, from which locality they belong, and what is the they know. On the behalf of that, we should construct our examples. If they will feel the association with us, then they may understand that content easily. Next one, hierarchical differences. Hierarchical differences, how we are dealing the society's major aspect, that is known as hierarchy, that is existing in our society, we should minimize in the classroom. If that will be there, if we are notice or calling any particular students in the classroom, that may affect our communications. Then we should give the chance to every students and respect to the voice of each students. What they are saying, what they are reflecting, we can correct them, but do not demoralize them, because this will not a proper communication way. This should be put in care during the communication. Next one, technological barriers. Yes, this is a major barriers, and I feel problem with this. This should be during the when we are talking about the flipped learning or blended learning or online learning, then we should be attentive for this. How to, if we face the problem, how overcome, or how we can make the necessary arrangement for the other aspect. Yeah, next one. Associating the barriers, how we can make effective communication. Then we should first focus on the what should be a space where we are communicating and which time we are communicating. Some contents are not capable to understand at every time. Therefore, we make the timetable. And what content should be communicated at which time? When students are fresh and ready to learn, then we can deliver the content which we know this is the tough subject or hard subject, and which content is easy to transact or communicate in the classroom, which content is easy to transact in the laboratory. What should be space? This is a major aspect. If content is typical or abstract, then that's a student can visualize in laboratory easily. As mathematics we teach in the classroom for the 6th, 7th, 8th students, and they will taught with the help of experiment mathematics, because mathematics is a major abstract aspect, and majorly students withdraw to self to study the mathematics. Reason behind it, that mathematics content is not communicated in an appropriate manner in the classroom. Therefore, today content is developed with the help of diagram, with the help of examples, and various examples are there. But today mathematicians are requesting to the teachers and educators that they deliver their content with the help of concrete examples or within the laboratory. So therefore, it is a very essential aspect how we can deliver the mathematics subject, and when, like this English, Sanskrit, and other subjects in which students feel some problem, where that content should be delivered, that space should be specified, and when we should deliver, that time should be specified. Next one, listen carefully, then reply. Yes, if we are teacher, where students are feeling facing problems, what they are asking, are we giving the general answer, or their demand is different? Yes, we should be conscious. First, we listen carefully and then reply. What is their requirements? Next one, as here we are only talking about the classroom situation, because we all are teacher. Therefore, otherwise anywhere, if listen the carefully, then we will be capable to reply them in a effective manner. Use simple, effective vocabulary and language. Yes, during the communication, if we will use simple, effective vocabulary and language, then we can make our communication effective. 4:30. Next one, use true facts and associate with behavioral examples. If we will use true facts, then there will never be dilemma. There will never be any, we can say, confusion, because we are delivering the content that are factual. True facts in every subjects. If you are talking about the social science, history has the real dates, real era. We should inform that, communicate that with the behavioral examples. Yeah, it can be where social science content is or science content or mathematics content is delivered in the classroom. We can associate them with behavioral examples. By that, students will be capable to understand at the with the help of concrete examples. Avoid undesired body movement and postures if we are in the classroom or in any addressing. Then we should avoid this, because this will this may attract the interest of students or audience, but it will deviate the audience or students, because they will be focused on that particular aspects. What is the meaning of movement? Why that particular addresser or speakers is continuous moving? Observe the audience and according to that, make your strategy of communication. Yeah, this is very essential aspect how you can make our communication effective. First, it is required to size up the class and study the mood of the students or audience for both. If we will make the attentive to the students or audience, then our communication will be effective. As we can take at here example of our Prime Minister, Manniya Narendra Modi. Yeah, here everywhere we know that his communication becomes too effective. How they address, what is their eager, what is their addressing style, we can, yes, therefore we should observe the audience and according to that, make our strategy for communication. What is the mood, what they want to listen, that is required. During written communication, use appropriate terminology, as because when we write, that is in written, and that is a reflection of applicant's mindset, or teacher's mindset, or speaker's mindset, because what he or she knows, what is command there on vocabulary, and how he or she is efficient in writing. Therefore, during writing the application of to higher authority, as we write an application to the Vice Chancellor, as a being a teacher, as a being a student, then we should address not the Vice Chancellor, it should be Honorable Vice Chancellor, as we all use, because this is a term which make the regards, yeah, we can say words weightage, like that. Sir, this should be considered as, if we are writing any application to our seniors or administrator, then we should write respected sir and madam. This is a major concept how we can make our writing communication. Next one, now we are moving for quality teaching. First up, because our topic is communication for quality teaching. This should be, if everyone know that what is quality teaching. Teaching is a simple concept that when we talk about the teaching, it means this is a two-way process. One is provider and other is receiver. Yes, and we talk on the curriculum, and this is a triangular process. But how we are teaching and what can be considered under the quality teaching? If we are teaching and students are able to understand them, what we are informing, and they are capable to store them and able to assimilate that content with other situation, then that can be considered as the quality teaching. As here we are written, the teaching which be able to develop the components of all domain: cognitive, head, affective, heart, and psychomotor skills. the teaching which involve, or we do the teaching on the focus on these three domains: cognitive, that information based; affective, that can be assimilate; and the psychomotor, that be able to develop some skills on the behalf of that content or that teaching, can be considered as quality teaching. Quality teaching can be defined as the teaching which be capable to assimilate the concept and explore the curiosity on the basis of that content. If a student be able to think something, this is possible when content is communicated in a way that a student understand that content in an effective manner, and on that content he or she be able to reflect something, or reflect some knowledge, or reflect some their perception. Therefore, teaching which be capable to assimilate the concept and explore the curiosity, imagination, and actions. On the basis of the curiosity, he can imaginate something. Can be possible this? It will be, it may be, because students understand that concept, and on the basis of that understanding or comprehension, he can imagine. And if he or she will be able to imagine, then surely he will change it in action. This is the concept of quality teachings. Yes. What can be considered? Yeah, what are the considered as a parameters of quality teaching? Or when we are doing the quality teaching, or when we want to our teaching be quality teaching, then what should be there, or how we can make our teaching as a quality teaching? First one, as simple, sustained and active engagement of every students. Yes, it should not be ki one day students which participated are becomes considered as a best students in the class, other day we should ignore them. No, every day continuously we should give the environment and motivate to the students that they actively engage with us, and this should be opportunity for every students. Second one, hands-on activity based learning. If be possible, then we should change the nature of the content and associate the content with the activity based learning. If it will be possible, then that will be considered as quality teaching. Yes, next one, problem solving. If students are learning something, and on the behalf of that knowledge, they be able to solve the problem. Therefore, today we all are efforting, our governing body of educations are efforting for this, that we do not impose the knowledge. We should construct the knowledge with the help of a student. If we will construct the knowledge with the help of a student, then he will be capable to assimilate and mold it in action. And this will be surely develop the problem solving capabilities or skills. So then it should be a major aspect of the quality teaching. If the students are capable to solve the problem on the behalf of their knowledge, that can be considered as quality teaching. If we are moving for the quality teaching, we can use the experimentation and demonstration. This will majorly seek the attention of the students, and the teaching will involve the all senses organ of the students. Modeling, yeah, something we can use during the teachings that will change their attention, and also they will get the abstract concept with the help of concrete concept. Because when we explore the content with the help of students, it becomes more beneficial for the student. Then we should use the some model. Self-learning. Yes, here we give the scope for the student to learn, self-learn, peer learning, and collaborative learning. Then students will make their effort, and teachers can be here as a facilitator. We are communicating, we are not here as a hindrance. Students are searching with the help of peers, by self, with the help of peer and effort of others. So this will be a major part of the quality teaching. Online resources, yes. Sometimes every concept students cannot store in their mind. Then we can share some content by online, and also we can tell them where they can search the content by online, where it is feasible. For the urban areas it is feasible, but it may be problematic for the rural areas. But today, after the corona pandemic eras, we are able, our rural areas also have the technologies advancement, and we can share the online resources, or they can make their access with online resources. Culture of beyond textbook and inquiry based learning. Yeah. From the beginning, I'm telling that if we are talking about the quality teaching, then this should be based on the assimilation. When a student will assimilate the concept, then he will think beyond the textbook. He will assimilate that content with their behavioral surroundings, environment, and surely he will move for the inquiry based learning. It will be a major aspect that will should be considered for the quality teaching. What method we can adopt? Yes, generally we knows these methods as lecture method. We generally deal at higher education, but how we can make the effective lecture methods? Then we can use the question answering techniques. For this, we can use the illustration with example, making the lecture method more effective. We can use the story sum during the lecture method, and other aspect we can associate during the lecture if required. Then this lecture method will be more effective, and it will not be boring, because maximally we say that lecture is a some general. When we deliver the lecture, maximum students not take the interest. Therefore we are requesting that during the delivering the lecture, we can make it interested, and that by that method, that will be a lecture method, we can make our communication more effective. Second one is the demonstration method. During the demonstration, on what component we can be focused, this should be put in our mind. With the help of easy language, we can make our demonstration more effective. Lecture cum demonstration method. Yes, this is the combination of lecture and demonstration method. discussion method. With the help of discussion method, we can make our communication more effective, because it consider two-way communication or multi-way communication. This is a very effective communication method, because this gives the opportunity to speak and share to each one, and this will also gives us time, or we can say that we should give our reflection, and everyone becomes involved in this method. Experimental method, yes, this is the basis of learning by doing, and if we go through the experimental method, this will be a good, where interpersonal and intrapersonal will also take the place, and this will base a project method and learning method, learning by doing. Problem based teaching method, if we move with this, then we can make a more effective communication of the content, as doctors do this, engineer do this practice. When a doctor do the operation, their subordinate or their juniors becomes there, and he or she teach at that place with the help of problems. This is the problem you can, during the operation, what should we do, how we can perform here. This is the problem, and we can remove with this, how we can provide the anesthesia, how we can open the body's part, and how we can stitch. These are the major aspects. Like this, everywhere we can use this. What are the problem are during the major content base, and we can go with this method. Inquiry based teaching method, yes, like heuristic method, this is the major concept, and when we go with this, a student will take interest. We can give the opportunity to students that they go with this, and we can facilitate with them. Yeah, active engagement of every students, as previously I have told, provide opportunity to a student to share their experience, observation, and accept their ideas as a resource in classroom. When we are teaching, each student feel affiliation with that class. If we will give opportunity to each student that they can share their thoughts in the class, in which language they know, what they know, what is their experiences, what are their behavioral understanding. If we will give them opportunity, then students will every time be attentive, and they will ready to say something in the class. This can increase the quality teaching, motivate students for learning by doing, encourage students for active participation in activities. When any students are giving the answer and is not continuously, or we can say spontaneously, giving the response during the responding, we can prompt them. Yeah, you can do. You give. This will measure aspect. So like this, we can make our quality teaching. But in this, our communication is a major aspect. Without communication, we cannot go for teaching. Teaching means communication. Teaching as a communication. When we do the phone to the others, and we are not receiving the responses, we are saying hello, 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 and they are not responding us. It means they are not receiving what we are communicating. They cut the phone and they dial the phone, or we cut the phone and dial the phone. Like this, if students are not capable to reply them, then we should change the ways how we are communicating the content in the classroom, because we are communicator, we are sender. And if students are not capable to reply on our content or on our questions, it means we are not provided the communication as required by the students. Then we should plan, replan, and we should change our strategy and strategy of communications. So this is from my side, and now your queries are required. If you have any queries, you can ask. Manoj ji.
Sir. Yeah. So, dear participant, all of you are now requested to put your questions in the chat box or the question and answer box. We will take up it. Sir, better no slides stop, then our screen will be bigger.
Okay. Cut.
So, sir, meantime, one participant,
Yes.
Subnam Praveen, she asked one question: how to overcome the bias and prejudice in communication?
Yes, right. How we can overcome our we are teacher and we are communicating in the classroom. Then why we should prejudice? Why we should prejudice? What we have, that all things for the students. We are here for the student. So if we have the prejudice, then we cannot be a teacher. So we should ignore this if we have, because unknowingly we can do it, but knowingly we should do not take the place in the teaching. Biasness or prejudice is a term which we observe in the social sector, but that should not be in the classroom, because we are here for the students, and every student, by denying the caste, region, religions, he or she is only the student in front of us. He is a stakeholder. We are model for them. So how we can put these things with us? So then this is my observation, that if we are a teacher, we should not go with this. We should refuse during the classroom. Personally, we can use our techniques by focusing on these, that maybe our behavior can be like this, and can be conscious during the performing in the classroom or anywhere when we are addressing. Otherwise, no any strategy to overcome.
Yeah. So, yeah, sir, some more questions are there. No, sir,
Yeah.
I missed if there is a bias from the student side. Actually, there is the participants, you want to know, no, not from the teacher side. If the student side, some bias.
Okay. If students are reflecting their biasness in the class, yeah, I can understand your talk. It may be. Then we should treat them normally, because we as a teacher, we can normalize them with the various examples, with our personal behaviors. With our personal behaviors, we can normalize them. Otherwise, what they have from their rearing, that can be normalized with not in an easy way, but our behavior means teacher's behavior. If you deal, and sometimes we can give him importance because they demand, otherwise not any strategy because they are feeded. They are feeded with that. But that feeding we can normalize with our behavior. They observe, they generally treat the teachers with their category. Somewhere, if you are asking, it means they are dealing the teachers with their category. So that is feeded in their mind. If we perform with them in a good manner as they want, it can be realized or normalized.
Yeah, sir, thank you. Another participant, sir, no, Soya Mukhopadhyay, she is asking, can you please explain formal, informal, and non-formal communication?
Formal communication is the classroom communication. Informal communication is a communication when we communicate in the families or societies. But non-formal communication is the communication where formal settings are required.
Okay.
As some other members come at our home, that time we adopt the formal settings. How are you? Are with our families, we general behave as a formal. This is a concept.
Sir, one participant, Tanusri Kundru, she is asking, no, how to overcome the language barrier while teaching. There are some students from the both English and Hindi medium in the class, but the academician means teacher, we are not have equal command on that medium of the language.
No. It should be. If as यहाँ पे मैं ये कह सकता हूँ, अगर वो हिंदी के लिए पूछ रही हैं, तो मैं ये कह सकता हूँ, we are capable to communicate in Hindi every time, but we should make our command in English languages, because we can satisfy the student by this manner. Bilingual teaching is very effective, and with the help of bilingual teaching, and it is our duty that if we appointed as a teacher, we should command over the languages, because without language we cannot communicate. So then we should be effective, we can say, make our command over the languages.
Yeah. So, dear participant, if you have any question, please put up. Otherwise, we will bind up the session today. Today's session. Yeah. So I think, sir, one participant, Priyanka Kalika, sir, she is asking, no, sir, you have mentioned about the flipped classroom. She
Yes.
want to know what is the flipped classroom.
As
Flip.
we can use the, when we are teaching in the classroom, offline mode, we can share assignment. If we provided the assignment to the students, we can demand their assignment at the email. When we are moving with the online, at that time we are not in a blended mode, but after that we are associating the online mode with our teachings. We can consider their assignment and email and give the our what required suggestions or other things at email. It can be considered as a flipped learning, and it is the combination of online and offline mode, but not in at a same time. At different time we can consider is a offline and online combination in a flipped learning.
Yeah. Sir, one Dr. Subodh Prasad Rajak, he have given one statement and he's saying, are you agree or not? That he mentioned that quality teaching need quality teacher and quality student. That is possible only where there is no knowledge inequality in the society. He's asking, are you agree?
Quality teachers is a we can say what knowledge we have and how we are communicating the content, that can be considered as a quality teacher. But every student will be quality students? it cannot be considered, because first generation learner where be quality. Yes, this is our duty, that we should promote the quality in the students. If we are capable to promote the quality students and develop the quality in students, it is our duty. Then they will be quality students.
So I think, sir, we now all the questions, the issue raised by the participant, you replied to them. So, one Anuradhiti Ganguly. Sir, nowadays many teachers are not able to communicate in local language, which is also a barrier to communicate with the students.
Right.
Oh,
But majorly institutions as your West Bengal is demanding the teachers should know the Bangla. Urdu universities are demanding some qualification that they be capable to speak and write in Urdu. So government can use this standard for the appointing of the teachers. This should be there, because if they are not capable to communicate in local language, this will be a major barrier, because students always understand in their local languages.
Yeah. So, sir, now we came to the end, and thank you, participant, for your nice interaction and very active participation. Even you are in webinar mode, but I appreciate your efforts. You are listening the lecture properly and raising different questions, which is in your mind. So with this, sir, Professor Nagendra Kumar, sir, thank you so much for giving your valuable time and sharing your experience with our participant. Really, indeed, a very informative session, because communication play a very important and significant role in the quality teaching.